morning. I am in Hot Springs, Arkansas today, and it is a fabulous, beautiful day. I'm in a national park, my first national park to go to on my North American trip that I'm traveling, having just departed from Austin. And I'm visiting a friend, Guisepi, a new friend and new acquaintance that I met online about a year and a half ago. And I'm headed today in the box truck to get transmission fluid change and a new filter. And we did some repairs yesterday. I'm going to do some work on the roof today. I still have a roof leak. Guisepi's doing some cleaning here. He's doing house sitting on this large estate here in the national park. So I'm going to go take the truck here and head down and get the transmission fluid changed. Do a little bit of shopping, and then this afternoon Guisepi and I are going to do some planning and work on the truck. So that's what the plan is for today. I've just arrived at the place to get my transmission fluid changed, and I've just got to go in and meet up with the guy. I guess this takes about an hour or so for them to do the fluid change, and hopefully this will smooth out the ride and prepare the way for my road trip. I'm actually going to be heading towards Florida ultimately here in the next couple of weeks, so it's quite a few miles, and I want to get this just all the fluids changed out, the oil, the transmission, everything topped off, so I'm good for the trip. With the transmission fluid change and headed back to have lunch with Guisepi. I really enjoy downtown areas of small towns in the United States, and this is just one great example of that here in Hot Springs. On the drive back from the transmission place, everything appears to be running absolutely perfectly. Engine is super smooth, transmission is shifting perfectly smooth. Really pleased with where things are going. I still have a little bit of a leak in the roof somewhere, so today we're going to climb up on the roof and see if we can find that and get that patched. It's right in this front corner somewhere, and it's leaking down into the attic area that is over the cab. So that's pretty much what we're going to do today, and then talk about, I'm going to talk with Guisepi about some ideas for the inside and the build out, and get his input and feedback and some thoughts about how to build out this space. It's an absolutely beautiful day here, and I'm in the middle of the National Forest here in Hot Springs, Arkansas, and this is a private estate that Guisepi is doing some house sitting. Absolutely beautiful. They have a sort of a social house down here up on the hill. In the distance behind these trees there's a giant mansion, and then the guest house, which is where we're staying, and then there's a carriage house down below that's sort of a workshop area, and I'm parked here in this nice parking lot. You're saying a queen bed is how wide?
A queen bed is 5 feet wide, so that comes out to about here. It's maybe 14 inches wider than
so that'll work out really well. And we got a little label here that says 300 pounds, so maybe reinforce it, use a futon frame or a weld frame or something
figure out
like
some way
to actually support over the aluminum.
Yep, to just kind of allow a little bit more weight to be put on here by adding some kind of bracing to just beef up the whole platform.
You were mentioning an idea for supporting corner to corner, like running...
Yeah, running something vertically and then having something run down diagonally, whether it's something simple like wood or aluminum, or like crazy like all thread and a turnbuckle or something to...
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
So, yeah,
awesome.
This is a perfect bed platform.
Yeah, I like it. I think that's one of the things I was looking for in the box, is to have this area for the bed, although the headroom doesn't seem to be as high as I remembered it as being.
Yeah, well, depending on what changes about under here, you know, if you're adding a mattress, it also depends on how big of a mattress, how thick of a mattress you put. Like if you use a futon, which is like 4 or 6, you know, maybe 6 inches,
And it's not as thick.
then it's not as thick as like if you're getting like a crazy, you know.
Yeah, I don't want crazy matches.
But yeah, I mean, honestly, I've got like this much bed, maybe 6 inches of bed, and that's plenty for me. But yeah, really, that only does give you about 21 inches of head space.
Kitchen.
Kitchen.
My original thought was putting it somewhere in here. Well, what's the distance between the wheel well and there?
So with the door,
And minus the bed.
oh, not including the bed. So if this is about 80 inches, the bed's about 14 inches. So then you're gonna have
A little over 5 feet, or
Yeah.
about 5 feet. But basically, I drew in kitchen cabinets on this side. I had a bathroom unit. I just wanted to fit in this area here.
Yep.
And then I wanted 2 bench seats
along here.
facing each other along here. So basically, from somewhere around the wheel wells, maybe the benches would go over the wheel wells and go down on the sides, and then an inset table that could go on lift out poles.
Yep.
And the tabletop could drop into the area between the benches to make another bed back here.
Yep.
And that way the social area is right next to the open doors.
Yep.
And then I was going to put French doors that would attach here and here with a sliding door so that you can slide between the space. So it'd be 1/3 glass here, 1/3 door, 1/3 glass.
Gotcha.
So that the door is the same width and can slide in.
Okay.
And that becomes the new access point.
Okay, so that's if you did literally from your wheel well to the edge, that's a big bench. I mean, that's huge, and that's awesome. If you wanted to do that, it's 8 feet exactly, like exactly 8 feet.
What would be your thoughts? Better use of
Well,
the space.
there's a couple things. One is, well, thinking about having a bathroom there.
Yeah.
Do you want a closet?
Originally, I thought this was going to stick out a lot further.
Yeah.
And so, because the bathroom cube, say the shower here,
You
would be
put-
solid, you have no access from this side.
So you would do
So I was going to make the closet
I mean,
here
that actually would be a
with a small door.
Yeah.
So my thought was closet space would be
Yeah.
this wide right here.
Yeah, and that's actually
And
a great
under
spot
that.
for a closet.
And then this side would be, or I was thinking it was sticking out again this far, which would be drawers for a dresser that would be right here. But now we're talking about
Less
less
space.
distance.
I mean, that would be great, like pantry, kind of space next
Yeah.
to your counter.
Actually,
You-
that's a great idea.
or even just like shelves with spots for jars or whatever it is. That could be like a great little.
I agree. It's probably, if it's next to cooking, it makes more sense to
Yeah.
run bookshelves and things
Yeah.
above the benches back
Yeah.
here. Unless we're adding
Yeah.
windows, which you had
Yeah.
talked about.
Yeah.
And then I need to factor in
Yeah.
windows for the wall space.
Yep. Yep. Windows and So I'm thinking that where the wheel wells are kind of this transitional area space.
Yeah.
Where I just thinking out loud, just personally, it's 5 feet to here. Which, if you did a 5 foot wide series benches, you could fit 3 people on both sides. When that table drops down, that's 5 feet, just like a queen size bed. You've got a second queen size bed, and then you have just a little bit more space to have like a wood stove. Like if you decided to do a wood stove.
Oh, yeah.
Like you could have your wood stove right here, which actually this would be a perfect place for your wood stove. Because it's next to your kitchen, so if you want to put tea on, it's next to the benches, so if you want to hang out next to the wood stove and read. You can, oh man, that would be awesome, is a wood door, where you can, that's where you load all your firewood in, and you have like a box here that you slide open, and you are taking wood out of, maybe this is split in half. One side you open and it's a wood box, and one side you open and it's your propane tank, and that's sealed.
So it's all access underneath the kitchen counters.
And that's where your sink, your sink is here, so which goes over the propane tank, and it's like, it's something that, sink plumbing is like, it's kind of a pain in the butt. You can't like build drawers there, So that might be a utilitarian space like a propane tank, or I don't know. I'm just rambling. These are just like the things that are popping into my head.
I also like the idea of this door popping down.
Yeah.
Maybe half of the door pops down for
like,
barbecue space.
Yeah.
This is the Future 7 Gray talking to you. I'm editing this video right now. At this point in my discussion with Giuseppe, the video card, the camera memory fills up, and I have no more video footage of that day. So basically we were able to plan out the back end, as you saw there in the video, and you saw the bulk of the planning process. Really super excited about the plans we had, and Giuseppe gave me some excellent ideas for putting in the wood stove and organizing the bed and so many other things. It was super valuable to talk with him and get his insights and his input on the planning process. That's all I have for this episode. Savor the moment, be happy, pursue your passions. See you next episode.
The reason she's dead. I know the reason she's so far away.